So she deserves everything she gets because she gives it as good as she gets it. She's just not built for the physicality of this league.
You know, her short WNBA career, it's been a lot of pressure, a lot of things thrown at her, and you know, she keeps showing up and keeps getting better every single game.
The way that she plays the game, you know, she's ultra competitive. Her ability to really stretch the floor and find her teammates.
Angel Reese fourth in MVP voting? You heard that right. A journalist vote just sent shockwaves through the WNBA, and Sky fans are losing it. But here's the kicker. Reese is shooting a league worst 43.8% from close range. So what's really going on here? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Let's talk about why this vote is causing such a stir. Reese broke records with 23 double-doubles in her rookie season. That's insane. But then you look at her shooting, and it's like, whoa, what happened? Is she MVP material or not? We're about to break it all down for you. You know what's crazier than this vote? The drama it's causing. We're diving into the stats, the fan reactions, and why this might change the WNBA forever. Some players are speaking out, and trust me, you won't believe what they're saying about this mess. Get ready, because this story is wilder than a last-second buzzer beater. Alright, let's dive into the numbers behind this mess. Angel Reese broke records with her double-doubles, but her shooting percentage is the worst in the league. So what gives? Is the MVP voting system broken, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Let's break it down. Reese's 23 double-doubles in her rookie season? That's insane. She smashed the previous rookie record set by Tina Charles, but then you look at her shooting and it's like, whoa, pump the brakes. She's shooting a league-worst 43.8% from close range. The league average for shots within 5 feet is 59.6%. That's a huge gap.
This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league.
You know, her short WNBA career, it's been a lot of pressure, a lot of things thrown at her, and you know, she keeps showing up and keeps getting better every single game.
This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last 10 years.
Now compare that to someone like Caitlin Clark. She's been lighting it up all season, outscoring Reese and dishing out more assists. Plus, her team's doing better overall. So how does Reese end up fourth in MVP voting while Clark's not even in the conversation? But here's where it gets really wild. Players like DR Hamby and Kelsey Mitchell got more MVP votes than Reese. Hamby averaged 17 points and 10 rebounds, which is good, but is it MVP good? And yet, she got 5th place votes. It's like the voting system is playing by its own rules. You know what this reminds me of? Those crazy NBA voting blunders. Remember when Domantas Sabonis got an MVP vote out of nowhere? Or that time Derrick Rose got a first place vote years after his prime? It's like deja vu, but in the WNBA. So what's really going on here? Is it just about the numbers? Because if it is, someone's calculator is broken. But maybe, just maybe, there's more to this story than stats on a sheet. Think about it. Reese isn't just putting up numbers, she's a rookie who's making waves, grabbing headlines, and getting people talking about the WNBA. That's huge for a league that's always fighting for more attention. But should that factor into MVP voting? And let's not forget the impact she's having on the court. Double-doubles don't just happen by accident. They show consistency, hustle, and a never-give-up attitude. But then again, shouldn't shooting accuracy matter just as much? Here's the thing. Stats don't always tell the whole story. They're like puzzle pieces. You need all of them to see the big picture. But in this case, it feels like some pieces are missing, or maybe they're from a different puzzle altogether. This vote isn't just about Reese or the Sky or even this season. It's about the integrity of the whole MVP voting system. Are we looking at performance, popularity, or potential? And who gets to decide which matters most? It's clear that something's off. The numbers don't add up. The votes don't make sense, and fans are losing their minds. But maybe that's exactly what the WNBA needs right now. A little controversy to get people talking, debating, and paying attention. Think fans are just grumbling online? Think again. This vote has unleashed a firestorm that's engulfing players, journalists, and even the league itself. How bad is it? Some are saying it could change the WNBA forever. The controversy over Angel Reese's MVP vote isn't just about numbers anymore. It's turned into a full-blown war with accusations flying left and right. Fans are accusing the journalist who voted for Reese of racism and bias. It's like someone threw a match into a powder keg and now the whole league is exploding. But it's not just fans who are fired up. Players are speaking out, and what they're saying is pretty shocking. Dana Evans and Isabel Harrison of the Chicago Sky aren't holding back. They're talking about the toxic online environment they're dealing with, and it's not pretty. Evans put it bluntly, the hate is real. She's not just talking about a few mean comments. We're talking about a flood of negativity that's hitting players hard. Harrison chimed in, saying the online abuse is taking a serious toll on players' mental health. It's like they're playing two games, one on the court and another against an army of online trolls. You'd think the WNBA would be all over this, right? Well, that's where things get even messier. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert tried to address the issue, but her response didn't exactly win any MVP votes. She basically told players to ignore the hate. Can you imagine telling someone to just brush off a tidal wave of negativity? It's like telling a boxer to ignore punches. Players aren't buying it. They're calling out the league for not doing enough to protect them. It's not just about one vote anymore. It's about feeling supported in a league they're giving their all to. The WNBA is facing a crisis of trust, and it's coming from the very people who make the league what it is. But here's where it gets interesting. This mess might actually lead to some big changes. There's a growing call for transparency in the voting process. Fans and players want to know exactly how these decisions are being made. It's like they're saying, if you're going to make these calls, show us your work. This isn't just a WNBA problem. The NBA has faced similar issues and they've had to make changes to keep fans' trust. Now, the WNBA is at a crossroads. Will they follow suit and open up the voting process? Or will they stick to their guns and risk losing the faith of fans and players alike? The league is in a tough spot. On one hand, they need to protect their voting process. On the other, they can't afford to alienate the very people who make the WNBA what it is. It's like trying to referee a game where the rules keep changing. This controversy is shining a spotlight on some big issues in the WNBA. It's not just about one vote or one player. It's about how the league treats its stars, how it handles criticism, and how it plans to grow in the future. The WNBA has always been about breaking barriers and pushing for change. Now it looks like they might need to turn that energy inward. Just when you thought the WNBA drama couldn't get any crazier, it takes another wild turn. Players are speaking out, fans are fired up, and the league is scrambling. But what if this chaos is exactly what the WNBA needs to level up? The WNBA is at a crossroads, and the path forward isn't clear.
So she deserves everything she gets because she gives it as good as she gets it. She's just not built for the physicality of this league.
You know, the one thing that I really love about her, she loves the game. You can tell she's put the work in.
The way that she plays the game, you know, she's ultra competitive. Her ability to really stretch the floor and find her teammates.
But here's the thing. This mess might be the wake-up call the league needs. Let's talk about how they can turn this drama into a slam dunk for the future. First up, transparency. Fans are demanding to know how these MVP votes are really decided. It's like they're saying, show us the receipts. And you know what? They might be onto something. The NBA's been doing this for years, making their voting process public. Maybe it's time for the WNBA to follow suit. Imagine if fans could see exactly why Angel Reese got that fourth place vote. It might not stop the arguments, but at least everyone would be arguing about the same facts. But it's not just about votes. The league's got a bigger problem on its hands. Player support. These athletes are dealing with a tidal wave of online hate, and the WNBA's response so far has been not great. Players like Dana Evans and Isabel Harrison are speaking out, saying the abuse is taking a serious toll on their mental health. And the league's solution? Basically telling them to ignore it. That's like telling someone to ignore a tornado. It's not just unhelpful, it's downright dangerous. So what's the fix? The WNBA needs to step up its PR game big time. We're talking about better media training for players, support systems to help them deal with online trolls, and maybe even some rules about how fans and media can interact with players online. It's not about censorship, it's about creating a space where players can focus on their game without worrying about a barrage of hate every time they check their phone. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The WNBA is getting more attention than ever before. That's awesome, right? Well, yes and no. More fans mean more eyes on the game, more ticket sales, more everything. But it also means more scrutiny, more criticism, and yeah, more drama. The league's growing up fast and growing pains hurt. But here's the silver lining. All this attention means people care. They're passionate about the game, the players, and the league. And passion, even when it's messy, can be a powerful force for change. The WNBA has a chance to harness that energy and use it to make the league better than ever. Think about it. This controversy has got everyone talking about how the WNBA operates. It's shining a spotlight on issues that have been simmering under the surface for years. Now, the league has a choice. They can try to sweep it all under the rug and hope it goes away, or they can face it head on and make some real changes. Imagine a WNBA where voting is transparent, players feel supported both on and off the court, and fans are more engaged than ever. It's not just possible, it's necessary if the league wants to keep growing and thriving. Sure, criticism is part of being in the spotlight, but there's a difference between constructive feedback and destructive hate. The WNBA has a chance to set a new standard for how sports leagues handle these issues. They could be pioneers, showing other leagues how to navigate the wild world of social media and fan engagement in the 21st century. This controversy could be a turning point for the WNBA. It's not just about one vote or one player anymore. It's about the future of the league, the well-being of its players, and the integrity of the game we all love. Alright, let's wrap this up. We've seen it all. The wild MVP vote, the stats that don't add up, players speaking out, and the WNBA at a crossroads. It's been a roller coaster, but here's the thing. This drama might just be what the league needs to level up. So, what's next? That's where you come in. How can we support these players while keeping it real about their game? It's not easy, but it's important. We've got to find that sweet spot between being fans and being fair. The WNBA is growing, and yeah, growing pains hurt, but with fans like you paying attention, the league's future is looking brighter than ever. Let's keep talking, keep watching, and keep pushing for better. Because that's how we make the game we love even better for everyone.